Hello and welcome to Jurassic Reviews. In this episode we'll be taking a look at a medium-sized carnivore in Mattel's Jurassic World toy line, the Suchomimus. This is the first appearance of this particular dinosaur in a Jurassic toy line, and it has also never appeared in the films, though it is mentioned by the character Billy in Jurassic Park 3. Related dinosaurs, the Baryonyx and the Spinosaurus, have appeared in both the films and in toy form, so it's cool to see a release of this one as well. Maybe we'll see it in a film someday. Before we begin, let's have a quick comparison with other figures. Here it is with a Kenner 4-inch human and a Mattel 3 3/4 scale human. Here it is with a Velociraptor. Here it is with the Ceratosaurus. Here it is with the Indoraptor. And finally, here it is with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Here it is in the box it comes in. There is actually two variations. This figure was part of a second wave of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom figures, and its earliest releases have a label that says New on the top right corner of the box. If I remember correctly, there was a Mattel representative that said that figures that had this new label are a bit more uncommon. Whether or not this will have any effect on its value later on remains to be seen though. The Suchomimus stands about 8 inches tall and is about 14 inches long. It sports a blue and yellow paint job. The majority of the body is painted blue, and the sail and the upper parts along its back have blobs of yellow. This is also true for the neck, but the yellow stops before reaching the snout. The teeth are really cool on this figure, and each are individually painted. The top of its mouth and its tongue are painted pink, and it has orange eyes, though the eyes on this one are not painted on correctly. This has been a problem for many Mattel Jurassic World figures. There seems to be an issue sometimes with lining up the paint for their eyes. On this one it's hard to notice, but on others it can be more of a problem. There is a variation in the blue paint on its legs. The upper parts of its thigh are a bit lighter, like the rest of the body, but as you move down the leg it transitions to a darker blue. The toenails are also painted. They are black, but the fingernails are left unpainted. Moving on to the articulation, it has a decent amount. Starting with the tail, it has a ball joint, so you can get a good amount of movement out of it. The arms also have a wide range of movement. The legs can be bent inwards and outwards, though it makes it more difficult for it to stand. It's really only the neutral pose that works. They can also move back and forth, though like the Albertosaurus, they sort of snap into different positions. Its action feature is activated by a button on its back. You press it down and it causes the whole head to move forward and the jaws to snap. This feature works great, and it's one of the better action features out there. Just be careful with it though. I have seen a good amount of people online saying theirs broke pretty quick from using it too often. As of the release of this video, this figure has had one repaint, though it's more of a retool. The paint is indeed different, but it received some other changes as well. This one was released in the 2019 Dino Rivals line, and it's one of the Mega Dual Attack figures. Its paint has been changed to yellow with some brown along its back. I don't think I like this paint as much as the first release, just doesn't seem to stick out as much to me. It has more of a pattern going on with the brown color down its back, but other than that, it's a little boring. The biggest difference is this version's functionality. You'll notice that the jaw on this one remains open when idle, something that I actually don't prefer on these figures. This being a dual attack figure, it has two buttons on its back instead of one like the traditional action features. Pressing the front button causes the head to move forward and the jaws to close, though it's not as convincing or as cool as the bite from the previous version. The second button moves the tail, though you have to really give it a good press for it to have a full swing. It's a cool addition. Options are always great, and in terms of gimmicks, I think adding more attack features are fine, as long as they can be concealed. There was one other change to this figure. The legs no longer snap into different positions. Now it's just a smooth motion, allowing you to move them into more precise spots. I like this, but I'm worried that the legs are going to loosen over time, resulting in it not standing as well. And if that's the case, I might actually prefer the locking in a different places solution more. I almost forgot to mention this release includes a collector's card, like many other Dino Rivals figures. In terms of rarity, there's not too much to say yet. I did mention that the first release has a harder to find variant, well, the box anyway, but that's about it so far. They are both still easily attainable as of the date of this video. For a rating out of 10, I give the first release an 8 out of 10, and the second release a 7 out of 10. I prefer the paint job on the first release, and its action feature works better, and I like that its mouth is closed by default. They are both cool figures though, really can't go wrong with either of them. We'll be curious to see if there's any more repaints of this sculpt in the future. And that does it for the Mattel Suchomimus. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.